always said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Sun Devils will kick it off to get us underway. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Maybe if he could have eluded just one or two more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to the back. Hard running there. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Tigers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Sends it back in motion. He'll ride his man on the option. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. They'll go right back to him. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Jones wants to throw it. Gets it out fast. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing into wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Sun Devils want to move quickly. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
4th down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Looking left. Makes the grab. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And after making the interception, he takes it inside the 40.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And
there he goes. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, Texas and Texas A&M share a state and a recruiting base and a conference, not to mention one of the best rivalries in college football. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells...
He's got it out. Wide open, it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And he tacked on the extra point. What a return that was as they put points on the board with that 91-yarder. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play.
Ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
This guy has just been Johnny on the spot. Last week he had 2 fumble recoveries, and here he is again in this game, locating the ball after it comes loose and hopping on it for his defense.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Going to swing it on second down. Looking to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
And the Sun Devils are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled, deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to fire. Right on the money. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. The Sun Devils want to pick up the tempo. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, that's just tough, hard-nosed running. You need 1 yard to get, let the running back figure it out.
And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. They'll run the toss. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Buying some time. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. And the Sun Devils have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Caught in the backfield, it's Guerrero. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Finds his big tight end. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion.
And man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
He's looking to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Quick strike through the air for the score. That is confidence in your arm strength. Look at the revolutions on that one as he zips it in there.
Confidence, arm arrogance, whatever you want to call it. You could tell he believed it. Put it right where he needed to. You got double coverage. You got to fit it in there. He believed, and he did.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 15, here's the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
On the set. 3:25.
Jones to throw. Got the big tight end on the corner route. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball in the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physical. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. And the referee's signal for the 2-minute timeout. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Tootin. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Here we go.
This is a designed run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Ready up.
6th play of the drive coming up.
Clear.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He gets a block. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Troy is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in the Fun Belt, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by a field goal over Louisiana Tech. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Jones wants to throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jones. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Sweet cut there. Oh, just keeps moving. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for our first down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
This is good news for the offense here because they've got their Heisman-caliber receiver in a bit of a groove. Back-to-back catches. The defense has no answer for him. I would keep force-feeding him the football because he's catching fire right now.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. LSU right back to the line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Buys a little time with his feet. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more. Turning it on! Still on his feet. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two, and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Got the back over the middle. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
A first down run on the doorstep. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
To the air on second down. Pressure coming. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 10. Sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. So the touchdown will stand. Penalty on the defense waved off, and the points go on the board. After the touchdown, if they could get this 2, we'll have a tie ball game. Jones to throw. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick-6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick-6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this.
There he goes. Powers through. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Back to pass. On target. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Sun Devils come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Fights off a defender. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do a good job of blocking. When you toss it on the perimeter, those guys are pivotal for this play to have success. Really good job blocking on the perimeter.
Makes the catch. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
And the Sun Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. A little release to the back.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. To the air on 1st down. Out of the backfield, he's open. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He wants to throw it again. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. South Carolina is ahead in Columbia, but that's not exactly George Rogers out there scoring touchdowns. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 10 over NC State. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that with Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Jones wants to throw it. Quarterback now breaking the field. Fires left. Pulls it in. It's Tootin. Open space at the 25. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Defense just has to do a better job in coverage, guys. They did a great job taking away the quarterback's initial primary target, but then they left that guy completely wide open. Somebody busted on the back end.
Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To the ground with the back.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Complete to the left. Touchdown, LSU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Out of the gun, the running back has it. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
The Sun Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give as they work on that clock. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Snap it to the back. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Touchdown, Tiger! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play in the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. A strike downfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to throw on first down. Now adjusting. Fires downfield. He's open on the right. Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds. And now the offense trying to score one late. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Got the first down and more. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a first and goal here. They'll go with a direct snap. And there is nowhere to run. They were eager and ready for him this time around.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Back to pass. Scrambling away. And this one's not working. He'll just run away.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you could.
Looking to the end zone on third and goal. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Wants to go up top. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Arizona State! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Well, and the offense shows you what they're made of. They're scoring the touchdown. They take the lead with only seconds to go, and now it's on the defense to ice this thing when they take the field.
Up by 1, they're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. He wants to throw it. Now he's going to break the pocket. It's caught. The 2-point try is good, and now it's a 3-point game.
And I think you hear about this chart all the time, when to go for 2, when not to go for 2. Smart decision. Second half, being up by 1 doesn't help you. Getting that 2-point conversion, that's a big deal. Now this offense up by a field goal.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34.
Easy.
Jones to throw. Makes the catch. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Might be calling a hot route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. What a game. We had a furious fight all the way to the final ticks, and that one is going to be remembered forever.
And I think when you're the #1 team in the country, you're coming in expecting to win. You're the favorites. Everybody's talking about you. You have all the momentum. You're the loved college football team in all of the land. To come in today, they played a competitive game, Jesse, but that's an inferior opponent they just lost to.
That's true. They've got to be more consistent moving forward as the #1 team. And we saw flashes today of why they were the #1 ranked team. We know they've got talent, but you've got to start fast. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You can't have penalties. You can't turn the ball over. You can't have the lapses in concentration we saw today that led to them losing.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.